Hi everyone, it's Paul here. I've just been speaking to Gregor at Designing Buildings, and he has given me some good information about marketing. So just providing a quick video update, and this is it. So the first thing to know, and we knew this already, is that most of our traffic will come via search engines, Google being the main one. We do have a few direct links, so that's from the marketing that we do in social media. People click on those links and go directly to the wiki, but it's mostly Google. So that's where we need to focus to increase the traffic. So the next thing to say is that there is now a dashboard that we can access, and I'll give you a link to this on Trello. Obviously it's just for the ambassadors, so if you want to have a look at it, feel free. This is one of the stats. You can see the most popular articles of all time, and if you just look at those, you can see that those are all search terms. So people put code for sustainable homes into Google and it goes straight to the wiki article, and that's why there's 14,000 views. But you can see some of the articles that we've created, Bream and the Reba stages, quite high up there. So those linking strategies are also working. So if you want to look at the dashboard and have a good old analysis of it, then feel free, you can see that on Trello. Okay, so there's some quite exciting bits of information that Gregor has been able to come up with. They've got quite a canny algorithm that they've worked out with the university to get stats on what's missing on the wiki generally. So one of the things that he's got is terms referenced in the wiki, so in the Bream wiki, with no corresponding article. So you'll see a list in a moment of terms that we see throughout the Bream wiki that we don't actually have an article on. And the other thing is search terms Googled with no corresponding article. So people putting things into Google and then there's no article about that. So what this means is that we've missed that opportunity to get that footfall, and the more footfall will then mean that they can link to other articles and that kind of thing. So the point to make here is that the articles don't have to be big, long articles. They can be very small. Sometimes, if it's just a linking article, you can just put a paragraph in and say, look, this is one of the terms, and here's a link to more information somewhere else in the wiki. And the other thing is that it encourages us to put articles up there, maybe very small ones, and then if they start to get a bit of traffic, they can then be developed, into something a bit more substantial and maybe some sub-articles from those. So these are kind of the strategies that we want to try and cultivate. So this first bit of data is a list of common terms on the Bream Wiki that do not have articles explaining what they are, and then the number of occurrences after it. And you can see there's a whole range here. So I'm not suggesting that we need to have an article for every single one of these. You have to use a bit of discretion. But for example, Bream Accredited Professional, that's an obvious one to just have a quick article about. It's a bit crazy that we don't have one already on that one, but maybe there's one on AP, I don't know. We have to look at the details of that. And yeah, it's just a matter of picking these ones off. Which ones do we need to have an article on, even if it's just a small paragraph, possibly with a link to the ones that do exist which are related to that. Does that make sense? So quite useful information to be aware of on that one. Okay, on this second one are Google search terms related to Bream that don't have an article to follow towards. So basically people will be putting these things into Google and it won't be going anywhere because there isn't an article. So obviously the thing to do is to maybe create something. Again, use our discretion. So it could be that Bream Excellent needs an article, but clearly that would be a link to an article about the ratings. Rather than just about Bream Excellent. I'm sure you can understand that. Bream case studies, I think Gregor may have already done one of those. So obviously if you are thinking of writing a linking article for these terms, if you search for them first, you'll make sure there isn't one already. In fact, it won't let you do a duplicate, so we're worth checking on those. But there's a few things to go at here which people might want to pick up on and run with. So that's the information. I think there's probably some low-hanging fruit here which we can exploit and just maybe get some immediate rewards in increase in footfall. Remember, these articles can be very short, just a paragraph, maybe just referencing another article if it's a linking kind of term. And anyone can pick these up. So we've got Trello now. You can see which ones haven't been done. You can tick off the ones that have been done, and we can make some progress on those. So those of you who are busy with other things, fine. Those of you who are looking for things to do, this is just one possibility. And what we'll probably do is bring this up at the public workshop in a couple of weeks, and maybe get a few more people doing a few of these articles. Okay, and if you want to do some more analysis on the dashboard to explore some of the other possible trends we can exploit, then I'll put a link onto Trello and you can have a look at that too. All right, keep me posted, and see you soon.